I do agree that they have strengths in certain things. They are definitely part of the balance we need, but I also believe that Republicans and their opinions are also needed, and we need to.
No, they're
find a
not.
balance
Republicans are
between the two.
idiots. Republicans are complete fucking idiots that want to inspect your genitals, and they elected a pedophile president. So, I mean, they've lost all credibility,
I'm not sure
dude.
where you're getting that. I really don't know where the pedophile comes from.
Numerous allegations, including one the FBI found it credible that a young girl bit Donald Trump's penis. That was found credible. Now, there was another one where, like, Trump was with Jeffrey Epstein, they threw a baby in the lake or something. That wasn't credible. But they haven't released the credible ones. Once again, Trump is in violation. He's withholding millions of documents in violation of the Epstein Transparency Act because he's all over them.
I do agree. We need those files, but I don't.
Because he's all over them.
Just Trump,
oh,
because
hold on.
all those people involved.
Why would you not think that Trump is guilty?
I'm just saying.
Okay, hold on. Trump. Let me give you all the evidence. Okay, so Trump is on tape saying that he just grabs it. Hold on, let me explain everything. Trump is on tape saying he grabs women by the pussy. He's on tape saying that he walks in on teenage girls in beauty pageants so that he can see them naked. He's on tape saying, like, a 13-year-old, he's like, I'll be dating her in a few years. He's on tape saying creepy ass shit about his own daughter when she was underage.
And just because you have pictures of him together with a man,
I gave you all the evidence, man. I gave again.
You told me
I'm not even done. I'm not even
done.
done. You cut me off before I could finish. He gave the prosecutor that got Jeffrey Epstein off in 2008. He gave him a cabinet position. His name was Alex Acosta. He was the labor secretary. Why would Trump reward the prosecutor that got Jeffrey Epstein off? Did you know that Jeffrey Epstein said that Trump and him remained friends up until Trump was in the White House? Yo, I'm Justin FREAKIN. Right-wingers keep trying to mock me for my sub and view count on YouTube, so I guess I'll be a good content creator and do what the algorithm gods demand and tell you to like the video. Or dislike it for all I care. I know I'm not a very likable personality. But if you do enjoy the vibes around here, be a good subby and seduce that subscribe button. And if you want to find out what that news be doing Sunday through Thursday at 6 p.m. Eastern, 3 Pacific on the Troll Patrol Live, then be sure to hit that bell the way I would hit the bong. Oh, hey, my friend. Can I call you Show? Or is it Show 'em?
How's it going?
Going good. Can you hear me?
Yep.
Okay, cool. Did you just take a hit?
Say what?
Did you just take a hit of marijuana?
Yes.
Hell yeah. I'll hit the bong with you, my friend. See, we're off to a good start.
Hell yeah. Let me go back. I just like to debate. We've been having a debate on YouTube for quite a while now.
Well, you know, while I keep calling you stupid, I don't actually think you're all that dumb. You have been able to make a more intelligent argument than most of the dipshits that I argue with online, so this could be fun.
I just personally believe that it is the responsibility of the companies that Trump hired that are responsible for the fuck up. I don't believe Trump himself is responsible. Maybe accountable, but not responsible.
Okay, well, he's accountable for it. Like, he's the one that said that we should fix the reflecting pool. He's the one that, you know, at least put the person in charge that hired the company. As I said, they were one of his donors. Yeah. You know, that seems to be pretty shady, in my opinion.
Yeah, but the biggest part that I was disagreeing with was going all the way to the top and then blaming from the top first, instead of starting with the company and then seeing, okay, were they directly ordered by Trump to dump raw chemicals in? If so, then we have no.
Well, yeah, whoa. The hydrogen peroxide was put in by the Park Service, so yes, Trump is their boss.
Oh, okay. I was unaware of the Park Service.
Yeah. When we're talking about the private company, the contractor, we're only talking about doing they painted the sealant on the bottom.
Yeah.
Now, do you know why that was
pulled
stupid?
up was-
Do you know what the issue is with the reflecting pool? We found this out last week. I had to look it up.
What is it?
So when they built it, they didn't realize it was on whatever. Can the chat tell me whatever that fucking sand, rock, whatever it is there that they built it on, and it shifts rapidly, and it cracked the bottom of the pool. So the situation that we have right now is that it basically has to be completely torn out. Yeah, it was built on swampland, but there's an actual word for it. So the whole thing has to be completely torn out, and it'd be hundreds of millions of dollars. That's why no president has ever tackled it before.
Yeah.
But Trump, being the con man that he was, wanted this symbol for the 4th of July.
I do agree with that. I blame Greenwater Solutions and Atlantic Industrial Coatings because they were the ones who were paid to clean the pool, and it seems like they were the ones who messed things up.
Well, I would counter that with we have what's called the Army Corps of Engineers, and they're way better at things like this than any private company is. And if Trump was an intelligent man, and he's not, he would have used the Army Corps of Engineers. But the Army Corps of Engineers is going to tell him this is a $300 million project. You have to rip it out and do it right. And that's why Trump hired a private contractor, and that's why he's responsible.
Ah, okay. But I still say...
Like, I get what you're saying. Yes, on a micro level, that company is responsible for their fuck-up individual responsibility, yada, yada, yada. But the reason they were even in the position to do that in the first place is because Trump won't listen to experts, and he demands that we need to do this so that we have a symbol for the 4th of July. So you can agree with that, right?
Yeah.
So we have no disagreement on that one. Cool. Awesome.
No, not really. I think we were mostly just disagreeing on terminology.
Yeah, you were wanting to be pedantic with me. It's okay. I do it sometimes too.
Yeah.
And also, like, when you asked AI, the examples they gave you was like me personally hiring a plumber, whereas in my example, I'm talking about like you're a big business and you're subcontracting something out. So, like, say, like, they come and build something for you, say a walkway, a wheelchair access ramp. Somebody gets injured. You, the company, are responsible, maybe even criminally liable if something fucks up, not the contractor.
After the work is done, yes, then it goes back to the business. But while work is being done, the contractor actually does have to sign liability, saying they're liable for any accidents that happen on the work site.
Oh, yeah.
So it's like if Trump hired someone, they screwed up the pool. Maybe they didn't. Maybe we're screwed up from the beginning. Maybe that's what I'm.
The pool is screwed up, and there was the company was put in a no-win situation, and it was also just to funnel money, taxpayer money, to one of his donors.
Yeah. See, my biggest issue when I first saw it, they were just dumping raw bottles, and I'm like, what?
Hydrogen peroxide.
Yeah.
And that peeled the paint. Well,
you're not diluting it. You're just dumping it.
Contributed to peeling it because what they're trying to do is make sure they clean the algae, get it fucking spotless, because that's what Trump wants before the 4th of July. Yep. So he's not listening to experts, and therefore he is very responsible. I would say all the way, because you brought up Afghanistan, and the point that I'm sorry for calling you stupid. Like I appreciate the conversation we're having. When you brought up Afghanistan, like, I can't call the withdrawal a success or a failure. It was a military operation. If people die, that happens in a military operation, not to be callous towards it. So, to call it a success or a failure is wrong, in my opinion.
Well, the success
and
I was talking about
I would say that both Biden and Trump bear responsibility for it.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Both, because it happened during the transfer of power.
It was negotiated by Trump with the Taliban very hastily, once again, because he wanted to look like he had a win. And then Biden was kind of put in a no-win situation. But I think I like that Trump did that, because I don't know that Biden would have ever pulled us completely out of Afghanistan.
I don't think so either.
So, it's kind of because it's nuanced, right? So that's why I didn't want to to make you just kind of said like it was a failure contributed to Biden. Like I'm like that's it's a more murky situation.
I was more pressing into the point of, you were saying if the buck stops with the president, they're responsible for anything happening.
It does.
Under their administration. I'm like, well, the withdrawal happened underneath Biden, even though it was started by Trump. Who do we blame for that? But
both of them equally, and like also, do we really blame them because like it's a war zone?
Mm-hmm. That's what I'm saying. I would blame.
So you expect people to? So I look at it as a success. In that we've finally got the fuck out of Afghanistan. I'm glad that happened. So that's a success under Biden. But also there was deaths of soldiers. And he does deserve blame for that. He did check his watch at the funeral. Like it is okay to throw blame at it. We don't hold people accountable enough in this society. That's the problem.
Yeah. I agree, and I believe it comes from both sides. I'm an independent. I think both sides are always trying to point the finger at the other side and never willing to look at their own side. And that's one of the biggest problems I have. It's like, if we're going to blame this guy for everything happening, then we got to be able to blame everyone for everything that happened that came before, all the presidents.
Okay, so like I also, and you may come with me on this one. I also don't think that like it's an individual, like you didn't want to attribute it to Trump. Like I don't think it's an individual thing that we operate under perverse incentive structures, and that because of the capitalistic incentive, like Trump is incentivized to get into office to keep his pedophile ass out of jail. And then make as much money as he can scamming the taxpayers. He's not incentivized to go to work for us. And I would like to change that.
I think that would apply to all presidents.
Yeah,
they
but here's...
incentivized to get into power in order to bury their own scandals, because almost every politician has some scandal or another.
What scandal did Obama have?
Killing the American
citizen. Thank you. That is the one that I will absolutely agree with you on. Violation of the Constitution. Yeah. That's what I said. All presidents are war criminals. I can tell you why Obama was a war criminal.
Bush, freaking 9/11. He did not respond when he should have.
Oh, because of the August briefing that told him that Bin Laden was determined to attack the United States. Yeah. He bears responsibility for not being as. Because I'll throw that back to. Did you know that Clinton and Gore on 2000 on the New Year's, they thwarted some major fucking terrorist plot? Like, we don't even know all the details of that. They didn't come out and brag about it or anything. We didn't know that it happened until years later. And like,
no, I actually haven't gone back before Bush. In all honesty, I started paying attention during COVID.
Oh, okay, fair enough. Like, I was 19, and like I was interested in politics already, as I said, as president of the Young Republicans. I was 18 when September 11th happened. So like it kind of fucked with my head.
I think I was like 15.
Oh, so you're not that much younger than me.
Nope, I'm 38.
So you just started paying attention to COVID. So did you vote before then?
No, I've actually not voted for president yet. I've never seen anyone I'm willing to get behind, because I've got problems with just about both parties.
Okay, well, can I make the argument to you that it's not about one personality. There's not going to be a Superman that's ever going to come and save us. Like, as much as, like, I'm a Bernie stan, but, like, Bernie is not, he's just one man working within a system. There's no, it takes hard work and it takes coalition building. So I would advocate that when you vote, you're not looking at it like you're voting in the affirmative. You're voting for whatever coalition you think you can have the biggest impact trying to affect change with. And also, your presidential vote, probably not your most important vote. Senator, congressperson, way more important, and even your local elections.
Yeah. I've done local elections voting, but that's about it. And that was.
Are you libertarian?
I'm independent. I don't know really most of the things. I just view myself as independent because I don't agree with Republicans and I don't agree with Democrats.
Okay, you say what don't you agree with Democrats about? Let's start with that.
Well, one of the things I view Democrats as more emotionally reactive and will sometimes ignore some facts because of emotions, whereas Republicans just completely ignore emotion and seem to only care about what's written down somewhere.
Okay, there's some truth to that. Let's what kind of thing? What's a topic, a position that you feel the Democrats have been emotional? Immigration. So what's your deal with immigration?
I believe that the Democrats are too emotional about the humanitarian crisis instead of what are the laws on the books. We need to have a proper balance. If you cross the border illegally, you need to be held accountable for that regardless of why you did it. I don't think the reason why or asylum should matter when you cross the border illegally.
Okay. So let me break this down a few different ways. First of all, like the vast majority of people that are here illegally didn't cross the border. You know that, right?
Then how did they get into the country?
Overstayed their visa.
All the way around.
They were here on a work visa or a student visa and they overstayed. That's the 60, 68, 70%, something like that. It's around that number.
Okay, yeah, I can see that, but that would defeat my argument, but that's a completely different argument.
Yeah, well, like that would be like where I'm talking about like emotion with Republicans. They operate on emotion because it's the racism, right? So they see that there's an issue. They think people have come over here illegally. They talk about it all the time. And they think they came here to like take something from them, and instead they were here like working for some company, and they got married, and they've been in a backlog in the system. And they missed a fucking court date or something. Like, that is the overwhelming majority of the cases.
What happens when a citizen misses a court date?
They get picked up, but like immigration court is really fucked. Like it's
not the judicial branch. It's actually the executive branch.
It's a completely separate court that they have created. And what I'm trying to tell you is that your court date might not be for fucking 6 years. It's insane. Yeah. So you might fucking completely, in 6 years, you might have something crazy fucking happen to you. You're in the hospital or something, and you miss the court date because fucking life happened and it was 6 fucking years. Like, it's insane what our immigration courts go through. And there's this huge backlog of people. So you've got somebody that was trying to do it the right way, that, was working, probably has a job, has a family.
Yeah. I do agree, but
we need reform in our immigration system in order to make sure those people we don't treat those people like criminals. And that's what Republicans want to do.
What I believe we need to do is stop immigration, get through this backlog, and then start bringing in more people.
Whoa. Why do you think we need to stop immigration? Like, I don't get it.
Because if we don't stop, we're never going to get through the backlog. We don't have enough manpower. That's how we
just hire more. Like, every immigration lawyer will tell you, you just hire more judges and lawyers. That's all it is. Yeah, that's all it is.
Has that worked? Then why do we have a backlog? If that's
because we haven't done that.
Why haven't we done it?
Because fucking it was incredibly overwhelmed. Because we just don't have the infrastructure for it. Because Republicans won't fund it. No. It's not that. There's not more and more people coming in every day. That's actually not true.
I mean, according to the statistics, the number of people who come across the border yearly.
How many people came across? So, I mean, not last year, but like in 2024. How many people came across?
Do you want me to look it up?
Yeah, do it. Yeah, look it up.
All right.
I think you're going to be really surprised. Like, specifically border crossings is what you're looking for, right? Because remember, the majority overstayed their visa.
Give me 1 sec.
I mean, like, it's gonna surprise you, man, because it's really not that high of a number. It's tens of thousands.
Let's see. The U.S. encounters significantly fell in 2024, with the southwestern borders encounters dropping to 2.1 million in the fiscal year, with a 14% decrease from 2023.
2.1?
2.1 million.
That's all border encounters, is what you're saying. So that's asylum seekers too, because that's separate.
Yeah.
Because once again, seeking asylum is legal. And I can explain that one to you, because this is a crazy thing. If you go back and look at the countries people are seeking asylum from, and if you research their history, you're gonna find our CIA about 50-60 years ago involved in like overthrowing their system of government and installing a dictator. Oh, yeah. We literally made a name for it. We call it banana republics, right?
Yep. We have had our hands in the cookie jar of just about politics worldwide.
So that's why I have a real, like, I don't give a shit if people from a country we fucked up want to come here. I don't care. I'm very libertarian in the sense that, like, I don't think a government can tell me where I want to live. If I want to live anywhere in the world, it's my God-given right as a human being that I can go park my big-ass dick in whatever fucking country, city I want. So why can I tell somebody else that they can't come into my country?
Because if you go to any other country without a passport...
Well, passport's different than like not letting people across the border. That's completely different.
I mean, well, if I'm not 100% on this, I just randomly heard, but Scotland apparently did not take in any of the immigrants a while back, and they bragged about that. I think that was the Arabs.
What state do you live in?
Missouri.
And you're worried about immigrants?
Yeah.
In the fucking whitest state in the country.
Yes, because immigrants go everywhere in the country. They're not just in the border states.
Have you ever even seen an immigrant, man? I've been to Missouri.
Yes.
Oh, wait a minute. There's St. Louis there. It's not all Branson.
Yeah. But, I mean, I don't have a problem with people coming to our country, applying for asylum and all that, going through the legal port of entry. My only problem is when they don't come to a legal port of entry. That's my biggest beef. That's my main beef, is when you don't come to a legal port of entry.
Pretty fucking rare.
You don't go at least try to go and get your paperwork updated.
I just, like, why? I don't.
I have to go and update my paperwork all the time for my car, my license, and everything else. So I expect everyone else in this country to have to update their paperwork too and stay legal.
I don't give a shit. I know Louis C.K., horrible person. He made women watch him masturbate. But he said something in one of his shows one time. It's like the only time you look in someone else's bowl is to make sure they have enough. And I really like that. I like that saying.
I will admit, I do tend to have opinions about things that don't actually affect me on a day-to-day basis.
Hey, you shouldn't do that.
Everyone's entitled to it.
Hey, you're entitled to it, but that doesn't mean you should. Well, what is it?
Same thing. You're presenting your arguments and your.
What is it? What's his name says in Jurassic Park? Spend all their time. If they could, and they didn't ask if they should. I fucked it up. Goldblum's line.
All I know is just because you should do something doesn't mean or just because you can do something doesn't mean you should.
Yeah. That's it. That's close to the line.
Yep, that's the one I go by. But I mean,
so that's what I'm saying. Like, just because you're entitled to your opinion doesn't mean you should have that opinion. And if you okay, let me pose this to you. Like, you had this opinion on immigration, but yet it didn't seem like you had educated yourself on it. Because, like, I threw out the statistic about, like, the most people overstayed their visas. Like, don't you think if that's an issue like you're passionate about, you owe it to yourself to be educated on it?
To me, that's if you didn't go and update your legal documents, that's a completely different argument than immigration, because you have failed to uphold your end of the agreement of the immigration. It just like if I refuse to go update my taxes and all that, I would be held accountable for that.
I mean, like the IRS, like people act like the IRS is like all these big baddies, and they are if like you do fucking something crazy, but like you fuck up on your taxes, they'll just make you pay like whatever you owed next year. Like it's not like they're gonna come get you and put you in jail.
Yeah, but I mean, it's the same thing about the immigrants. I mean, as long as you don't really fuck anything up. Until here recently, we weren't actively hunting down the people who were here illegally. We weren't trying to get them to update their information. We weren't.
Yeah, why should we be actively hunting people down for like meaningless nonsense? Why should we uproot people's lives and put them in a bind? Have you ever been to jail, man?
Nope.
Dude, you should spend a night in jail, man. I got busted one time for driving on a suspended license because my friend wasn't in any condition to drive, and I had just not paid a ticket and didn't realize it. So
I had my license suspended for that.
Yeah. So it's easy to happen, right? So spend a night in jail. It's fucking torture, dude.
Yeah, I bet. I would hate it. It's like, I don't understand. I mean, I do understand, but at the same time, I don't understand how I could be thrown in a cage just for making a mistake.
Aren't you the one advocating throwing people in a cage for making a mistake with immigration?
No, I'm not saying throw them in a cage. I'm saying send them back, and then they have to come through the legal process.
I mean, like, a lot of people, like, do you think, like, your life is good if you're fleeing on foot? Don't you think there's something like a cartel is going to cut your head off or something if you're fleeing?
And why did you come to America if you don't trust America to protect you?
But they do trust America to protect them.
So
that's why they're coming here.
Their document.
Do what?
Why wouldn't they be updating their documents? Why wouldn't they be coming to the legal point of entry?
Well, I mean, which are we talking about now? Are we talking about people that overstayed their visa? Or are we talking about people that... We're talking about like people that seek asylum?
Let's talk about the visas first. If you were fleeing from something and genuinely feared for your life, would you not continue to update your legal information so you could stay here and not be sent back to the place you were fleeing from?
Once again, that's the claiming asylum, and you come in here, and this was what was called catch and release under Obama, and Republicans made it sound real shitty,
well, I mean,
right?
He did deport a lot more people.
Oh, yeah, Obama deported a lot more people. Like, I used to call him Deporting McDrone Strike. That was my name for him. Believe me, I protest all the presidents. I'm very fair-handed, I think.
I literally just found your show today, so
fair enough, and I'm glad I could have ran you off, and I'm glad you stuck around. Maybe I've won you over now.
I just like to debate. I mean, we have a difference in opinion, but we agree on a lot of stuff, and that's how I've always basically felt. Is I agree with some stuff that
the immigration thing is weird to me. Like why is that something that you're so passionate about?
Because if I don't update my paperwork, there is punishment. So I expect that to be the same law applied to everyone.
And again, if you don't update your paperwork, they're not going to put you in jail until way down the line. The government's going to give you every chance in the world.
Yeah, but you were already saying 6 years later. So that's already long down the road.
That's what I'm saying, but like it's our government being inefficient. If we made it easier, then people would take advantage of the system. We don't make it easy at all. Do you know about piracy, man? You ever use a torrent site or Napster or LimeWire?
Yes, I know about that piracy.
Okay, so piracy almost went extinct in the late 2010s.
Mm-hmm.
Like nobody was using Pirate Bay or anything. The reason why was because like Netflix was awesome. It was cheap. It was accessible. The interface worked constantly. You had Hulu. They were good services, and people were willing to pay at that price point. But then the companies got greedy, man. They started, like, they make the interface worse on purpose because they want you to spend more time. Blah, blah, blah. Fucking Steam is horrible like that, right? So it's called the enshittification of the internet.
Oh, yeah.
I forgot the point I was making. So piracy. So people will do things the legal way if you make it easy for them and make it worth their while. But they will resort to piracy if you don't make the legal way better. So that's on us as a country to make the system better.
Yes, and one of the problems we face is that backlog you brought up.
And the reason we have the backlog is because the Republicans don't want to make the system better because they want to be racist and kick people out. And then they use the bigotry of the Fox News audience. They play to their fears of immigrants and shit in order to get them riled up. They tell them about caravans coming and shit.
Is there anyone in the world that you do not want to come to America?
Who am I to tell anybody they can't go anywhere?
Would you accept Hitler coming to this country? How about Putin?
Well, I mean, if we know that's who they are, that's
the problem. How do we know? We have to look into it. We have to go through the process.
Not everybody's Hitler or Stalin, man. You know who Hitler and Stalin are.
I agree. But I'm saying if we don't go through the process and we just make it easy so people will end up slipping through that we don't notice. It's one of the problems I have with the current justice system is people who are guilty slip through the cracks because of the complication. Or it's
brother, so this is you and I seeing things differently. I'm way more concerned about the shit ton of innocent people that we lock up on the quest to get the guilty people than I am the guilty people that get off. Hands down, 100%. I think that the one innocent person having to serve a sentence for things they didn't do, and we lock up thousands, hundreds of thousands of people that are innocent constantly for shit they didn't do.
We do it.
Just one is a shame.
Yes, but that is the system that has been built. I don't like it either. It's one of the reasons why I don't get too involved into politics, but I do tend to argue these days.
Well, you should get involved in politics because then we can make the system better. But I have to educate you on how things work. And like, our prison systems are fucked up. There are people profiting off of keeping people in cages. So they call China an authority.
About prisons is 13th Amendment gives the right of the government to enslave people, and then we sell those slaves to private business owners.
Yeah, that's fucked up. Oh, yeah, that's totally fucked up. But look, so, like, they say that China is an authoritarian country, right?
Mm-hmm.
It has, like, 3 times our population. We have more people in prison than China does. They have 3 times our population.
Yeah.
So the problem is not that we're letting guilty people slip through. It is that we're locking up way too many people.
I do agree with that. We are locking up way too many people. The law has become way too complex. It's supposed to be what a reasonable average person understands, but then you need a lawyer to translate legalese.
I mean, I don't necessarily think that that's a bad thing. And you don't really need a lawyer, but then again, like, we have an issue in this country in that, like, most people don't read on a 4th grade level. I found this out the other day. It blew my mind, and then like I went and took I'm like above a high school level or above like blah 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 level when I took that little test. And as if it means anything, it's a stupid little internet test, right? But like, that's an issue. I've defended myself in court more than once.
Yeah, and it can be done. Did you have to research a lot? before you could do it?
Not really. Well, also, like, philosophy degree, like, that's what all the pre-law kids, and, like, if I was to go back to school now, I'd go to law school. So, like, I've worked in news for almost 30 years, and specifically court. I like, hit on a lot of women that worked in the courthouse, and went out with several, and spent a lot of time in courtrooms. Watch a lot of body cam and shit now.
Yeah, I've been watching more and more. It keeps popping up on my YouTube feed. So, politics.
That's probably how you found me, then.
Games. Yeah. I used to do nothing but anime and games on YouTube, and then I started watching politics.
What kind of games you play? Have a real debate.
I like my RPGs and the open world.
Okay, you and I are on the same thing. See, I'm a Sony fanboy because they do an action adventure RPG better than anybody. I like a God of War, Horizon Zero Dawn, that kind of thing.
I like those. My personal favorite so far has been Skyrim or Oblivion.
Skyrim, okay. Like, I dug Skyrim, but I would have to say that The Witcher 3 outdid Skyrim.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I almost forgot about that, yeah.
That's such a good game.
I played way more Skyrim because of the mods. So, but yeah, Witcher 3 was just perfect without mods.
The side quests are so well done.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I gotta get us back on politics. This is the political show. So, are you gonna vote in the next presidential election?
I'm not 100%. I'll have to figure it out, but probably end up.
Is immigration the thing you're gonna be voting on? Because please don't.
No.
We got a fucked up economy because Republicans really shit all over everything.
I blame both sides for the current mess ups because both sides have been in power over the past 20 years and things have not gotten better when either one was in power. I think the problem that this country faces is we only have two political parties, which causes the teeter-totter effect.
So, I have a shit ton of problems with Democrats, but you just, you said both are the issue, but, did you know Democrats created something like 50 million jobs in the last 25 years, and Republicans have created, 1 million? Did you know that, every time a Republican has been in office in my lifetime, every time they have wrecked the economy and started a war, every single one?
What war did Trump start in his first term?
Okay, fair enough. He didn't actually start a war.
Boy,
did he bomb Yemen. Boy, did he take out the Iran. He did his best to start a war.
And I absolutely detest that. But I will admit, I give him credit for trying to end the wars. I mean, I don't.
No, not really.
The way he talked. But at least he was putting an end.
I mean, he's attacked 7 different countries since he's been back in office. I think he was more restrained in his other term because he actually had a cabinet of people that knew what they were doing. You know, you can disagree with John Kelly, but he was a smart man.
Yeah. I do agree. He was far more restrained during his first term than he is this term.
Because he had just run-of-the-mill neocons in there, but Obama, when he was in office, man, the economy got better. Our GDP grew. Unemployment went down. Our people talk about gas prices. The lowest gas prices we've seen were $1.18 in February or March of 2016 when Obama was in his last year.
Yeah, and then that continued under Trump. He kept the prices low. He kept inflation.
No. The lowest point was spring of 2016. They were relatively low throughout Trump's first term, but the lowest point was under Obama. Yeah, 93% of all jobs have been created under Democratic presidents. It's insane, man. And I've experienced it myself. Our economy is better under Democrats, hands down, 100% every time.
I do agree that they have strengths in certain things. They are definitely part of the balance we need, but I also believe that Republicans and their opinions are also needed, and we need to.
No, they're
find
not.
balance
Republicans are
between the two.
idiots. Republicans are complete fucking idiots that want to inspect your genitals, and they elected a pedophile president. So, I mean, they've lost all credibility,
I'm not sure
dude.
where you're getting that. I really don't know where the pedophile comes from.
You're joking, right?
Trump is not Jeffrey Epstein. He was banned from Epstein's Island.
You know that's not true, right?
Epstein was definitely banned from Trump's clubs, though.
No, he wasn't. Man, I have Trump on video just like a couple months ago saying I had no idea what Jeffrey Epstein was doing. I did not know about it because I know what you're talking about. One of Epstein's attorneys, or one of the attorneys for one of the accused, it was somebody in the Florida case, came forward and said that Trump cooperated and gave testimony or some shit. But it also came out in the Epstein files. They talked about whether they had Trump in deposition, and he said he never knew what Epstein was doing.
Okay.
In a deposition that was one of the files that Trump refuses to release. Because he's in violation of the Epstein files, of the Epstein Transparency Act.
Trump was involved with Epstein.
I mean, brother, if there's like 20 pictures of him with his arm around a pedophile.
If we're going to go after one, let's go after them.
Okay, cool, yeah, but he's the president right now.
Epstein, and I know Bill Clinton was involved with him.
Of course, no, I think Bill Clinton, okay, first of all, fuck Bill Clinton. If he was guilty of anything, put him in jail. It seems like he was fucking Ghislaine. Because every picture I see is like him buddy with Ghislaine. So I don't like this false equivalency. Bill Clinton is not the president right now, but I'm all for if he did something wrong, put him in jail. Trump absolutely did something wrong. There are multiple accusations against him that he is refusing to release in violation of the Bipartisan Epstein Transparency Act passed by Thomas Massie and Ro Khanna.
Again, I'm going to have to look it back up because I'm pretty sure they found no connection.
Wrong.
Other than,
numerous allegations, including one, the FBI found it credible that a young girl bit Donald Trump's penis. That was found credible. Now, there was another one where, like, Trump was with Jeffrey Epstein, they threw a baby in the lake or something. That wasn't credible. But they haven't released the credible ones. Once again, Trump is in violation. He's withholding millions of documents in violation of the Epstein Transparency Act because he's all over them.
I do agree. We need those files, but I don't.
Because he's all over them.
Trump,
oh,
because
hold on.
all of those people involved.
Why would you not think that Trump is guilty?
I'm just saying.
Okay, hold on. Trump. Let me give you all the evidence, okay? So Trump is on tape saying that he just grabs it. Hold on, let me explain everything. Trump is on tape saying he grabs women by the pussy. He's on tape saying that he walks in on teenage girls in beauty pageants so that he can see them naked. He's on tape saying, like a 13-year-old, he's like, I'll be dating her in a few years. He's on tape saying creepy ass shit about his own daughter when she was underage. All those things are true, correct?
He's a creep.
All those things are true, correct?
I don't 100% know if they are, but I'll accept
everything I just said is a fact, and you can look it up, and they are all on tape. Him like joking on Howard Stern. So his exact quote about Jeffrey Epstein, great guy. He also loves his ladies young like me.
I just say the focus
not only
is the problem. We need to focus on all of them.
I'm cool, man, but there is one man who is the president, and there is one man who is blocking the release of the Epstein files in violation of the Epstein Transparency Act, and he is a pedophile.
Wasn't it released under Biden?
Because they were under seal until 2024.
Why did they not release it under Biden?
Because they were under court seal until 2024.
What? That's the first I've heard of that one. I'm going to definitely have to look that one up.
You should, because, you don't actually look into things, so you don't know what's going on. They were under seal until 2024. Why would you bring up Biden when Trump is in violation of the Epstein transparency? Man, it's weird to me that you have this need to defend Trump when all the evidence is that he is a fucking pedophile. He is a con man.
And I think the others in politics are too, and I don't trust any of them. I don't really care about the fact that Trump is president right now. There's going to be another president.
That
They'll
is
release the
stupid.
information, then we will
Buddy,
find out, and
Joe Biden
the rest of it
is not a pedophile. Obama wasn't a pedophile.
Okay, how about Bill Clinton? I mean,
I don't know for sure. I don't need, like, you're giving Trump the benefit of a doubt.
who else?
There aren't creepy quotes about Bill Clinton. Man, why are you getting upset? They're not Trump. Like,
Because you're
Bill
only
Clinton doesn't
focused
have
on a
creepy
single
quotes about how he
person.
wants
You
to
won't
fuck
look at
underage
anyone
girls.
else.
Why do you want me to focus on someone? Trump is the president right now and violating the Transparency Act. That's the pretty big fucking issue. He is literally our biggest problem.
How did Jeffrey Epstein die?
If someone killed him, who had the power to kill him? It would be the man who oversees the DOJ, Donald Trump. He was president at the
Trump
time.
The president when was
Yes.
he? I didn't think he was. I thought he died right before that.
No.
Okay.
Epstein died in 2019. That's another thing. You told me, like, Biden was responsible for the riots in 2020 and Trump was president in 2020. Yeah, Holiday's like he died. Oh, Holiday may think that Jeffrey Epstein's not dead.
Wow. No, my problem is the Epstein thing has been messed up since the beginning. They blamed one man for a cartel. Okay, who was he buying and selling from? Or trafficking to? That's my problem. Why haven't we even uncovered the ring that he was a part of? We only...
Oh, I would love to. I want to know the
person
financials. Like, there's a whole financial network. Yeah, I want to know all that. But, like, the way we get to that is Trump.
Unfortunately, right now, yes,
And
we
I
have to go through it.
And I think having a pedophile con man as a president is a real issue, and you seem to not, and that's weird to me.
Because there's no conviction to prove that he's a pedophile. I don't assume he's guilty without evidence. And just because you have pictures of him together with a man...
I gave you all the evidence, man. Again,
You told me
I'm
there
not
was
even done.
a bunch of people
I'm not
talking
even
about-
done. You cut me off before I could finish. He gave the prosecutor that got Jeffrey Epstein off in 2008. He gave him a cabinet position. His name was Alex Acosta. He was the labor secretary. Why would Trump reward the prosecutor that got Jeffrey Epstein off? Did you know that Jeffrey Epstein said that Trump and him remained friends up until Trump was in the White House?
No, that was way before Trump.
Michael Wolff published that in a book just a couple years ago.
I don't read political books, so that's my bad.
Well, I'm just like, yeah, like you have these opinions on things, but you're not educated on the facts. And then you're like, you're getting upset with me when I actually know what I'm talking about. Do you see?
I think a lot of it is the framing.
What do you mean framing? Trump is a pedophile. Trump is a pedophile.
Find anything and everything to blame the one person for it, but you're not looking at the rest.
But I
I
am.
understand. He's the president. He's the one who's in charge.
But brother, you're making an. Hold on. You just found me today. We've talked about Les Wexner. We've talked about Bill Gates. Bill Gates gave deposition just the other day in front of Congress. Like, I do focus on the other people, so horrible argument.
Fair enough.
Yeah, what you got now? Once again, Trump is a pedophile, and that's weird to me because you keep bringing up Bill Clinton. Like, there is like no evidence other than a couple of pictures, and once again, he's like looking like he's flirtatious with Ghislaine, not buddying up with Jeffrey in the pictures that have been released.
I'm pretty sure.
So you keep coming back to Bill Clinton. You don't want to give Bill Clinton the benefit of the doubt, but you want to give Trump, who is an adjudicated rapist, who's made all kinds of creepy comments about kids, who there's numerous accusations of him raping kids, man, including the one that Dan Goldman read into the Congressional Record just a few months ago.
Yeah, and
That
people
the
make
FBI
allegations
found
all the
credible.
time that are not true. Just because someone accuses you of committing a crime does not mean you have committed a crime. You must be found guilty. Has Trump been found guilty of pedophile?
You apply that standard to Trump, who I just gave you a mountain of evidence, including all the comments he has made, the creepy comments, walking in on young girls, adjudicated rapist.
And I call him creepy.
He won't release the files. Like, he's a pedophile. But you will jump to conclusions and call Bill Clinton a pedophile. That's weird to me.
No, I have not called him a pedophile. I've called him creepy. I've called them both creepy.
But you keep wanting to talk about Bill Clinton. Like, you keep making a false equivalency.
Epstein as well.
It's like I keep saying, like, the Democrats have created a shit ton of jobs and grown our GDP, and the Republicans wrecked the economy.
Has nothing to do with
and you make both of them seem like they're the same, and they're not.
When it comes to Epstein, I'm saying until they've already buried all the evidence about who is
they?
Epstein.
Who is the? If it's they, it's Trump.
Was Trump the one who started the investigation into Epstein?
What investigation? There's multiple investigations. There's a New Mexico investigation going on right now. There's an investigation going on in England. There's brother, I don't think you know what you're talking about.
I am saying we all don't know because they haven't released who.
I do know. I do know that Trump is a pedophile.
Name all the clients. Name all the clients. Name all Epstein's clients. Name more than just Trump.
Well, Trump is blocking the release of the files that would tell us that.
So you don't know. We don't know yet. So it's all speculation on both our sides.
Okay. At the very least, he told Marjorie Taylor Greene he can't release the Epstein files because his friends would get hurt. So can you at least admit that Trump loves being friends with pedophiles?
I believe that there were definitely high-profile both Republicans and Democrats who were involved.
Why do you keep wanting to make this false equivalency?
What do you mean?
You keep wanting to... Republicans and Democrats, you can't focus on the one issue that we have a pedophile president right now.
Because there's more than one pedophile in power, according to your logic.
Yeah, man. Fucking Howard Lutnick went to Pedophile Island. We found that out. He took his family. He said he cut a... Howard Lutnick is the Treasury Secretary under Trump right now. Or I'm no, the Commerce Secretary. He's the Commerce Secretary under Trump right now. And Trump gave him a cabinet position. He said he cut off ties with Jeffrey Epstein. When the files got released, we found out that he went to Pedophile Island with his family in 2014. And that's fucking 7 years after Epstein was already convicted.
Yes, and there were numerous other people. So, yes, I do not like that Trump...
Okay, cool. I have a problem with the current people in power that are definitely pedophiles. And I think we should focus there right now.
Both sides.
Why do you keep saying, but who do I need to focus on the Democratic side?
You got the list? We don't know. I refuse to say that only one side is involved. I'm not saying only one side is involved. I'm saying one is very much responsible in covering it up right now. Yes, I agree. I'm agreeing with that. But
also, I don't know that the Democrats have ever... Hold on. I also don't know that the Democrats have ever elected a pedophile, and I can tell you two off the top of my head that the Republicans have elected. Dennis Hastert is currently serving time, not for being a child molester, but he is an admitted child molester. He was the Speaker of the House for the Republicans in the 2000s. Admitted pedophile.
He could go to jail.
He's in jail right now. Give me the equivalent on the Democratic side.
I don't know. We don't have the data. We don't have the list. That's my...
But I'm able to tell you two incredibly high-profile Republicans, the president and the Speaker of the House, the president and then the third in line in the chain of command, were pedophiles in the last 20 years.
I did not vote for any of them.
But you think the two parties are the same?
I think that both parties were connected to Epstein, yes.
Who was connected to Epstein that I need to be worried about?
I've already brought up Bill Clinton.
On the
There are...
There's not any accusation. Bill Clinton's not bragging about how much he loves young girls. There's not any accusations. I've never heard a single accusation about Bill Clinton, but there's numerous, including
flight log.
Huh?
Because that's where Bill Clinton's name pops up, is in the flight logs to Jeffrey Epstein's island.
I don't think he's in the flight logs, is he? He flew on the plane, but not to the island.
No, Hillary never went to the island, but she did fly on the plane. But Bill went to the island.
I'm not sure that's correct, but also, once again, I'm saying I haven't heard anybody make an accusation about Bill Clinton. There are at least 30 about Trump.
Yeah, no one's making any accusations about anyone other than Trump, and that's my beef. That's why I tend to defend the man, is because you're only...
Well, that would indicate that Bill Clinton didn't have any victims, wouldn't it?
No. That just means that the victims haven't come forward.
Why would victims come forward for Trump and not Clinton?
Because they want to... the DOJ would love to throw Trump in jail. So they're willing to encourage people to come
Trump
forward.
runs the DOJ. He named his personal lawyer as the attorney general. What the fuck are you talking about?
Yes. And they're still investigating him, right? Did he shut down all the investigations against him?
Yes. Also, he was guilty. You know he's guilty in all those investigations, right?
No, because most of the investigations came back and said that they didn't have a connection. The Russian hoax?
Wrong.
He was impeached for that.
Wrong. There were over 100 connections between the campaign and Russia.
Illegal criminal action.
But there were criminal actions against him for January 6th, for trying to steal the election, for holding classified documents.
I'm talking about... You confused me right there.
He was arrested for holding classified documents.
Yeah.
He was arrested for trying to interfere in the election in Georgia.
And what was the ultimate conclusion of that?
It got dropped when he got reelected president. Idiots reelected him president to keep him out of jail, and I will never forgive the people that did that. That man deserves to rot.
Well, I'm going to let you go, man, because I got to use the restroom. And it's been a great conversation.
Yeah, because you can't defend a pedophile con man, dude. It's weird.
I don't think you have any evidence of the pedophile.
I gave you a fucking mountain of evidence, dude. That's insane.
Anyways, you have a great day. I'll keep watching your show. And
bro, yeah, dude. It was a fun conversation. Have a good one.
Yep. Bye.
Like one hit and click one back. One more click before we hit the set an alert when that shit goes live. Social fucking support and hit subscribe. Light one up and take a hit. He does no harm, but it takes no shit. He's the last one standing when the ship is sinking. Let's take another rip for Justin Freakin.
Light one up, tip one back. I'm Justin Freakin.
Not high enough for this shit.